Yeah, welcome back to the e-classes now. Let us continue our lesson in economics. We are doing sectors of the Indian economy and we have reached how to protect the workers in the unorganized sector. First we will talk about unorganized sector. Various groups or various social groups who work in the unorganized sector. In the villages as well as in the cities. First we will talk about all these things and we will talk about certain methods, how to protect them. So far these are unorganized and they do not have any kind of unions or any kind of help from anybody else. They depend on their own. So these people need to be protected. So first we will talk about since 1990, it is also common, you can see that it is common to see a large number of workers losing their jobs in the organized sector. What is the reason for that? Here the reason is not mentioned, but we can understand that many of the people who work in an organized sector, that is in the government sector, during 1990s we are talking about. Here the reason is not given. I am telling you, 1990 it is also common to see large number of workers losing their jobs in the government sector or government service, organized sector. What is the reason? The reason is during this period, the economic condition of our country was very poor during 1990s. That was the time, and since the government could not provide more jobs, government could not generate more jobs. The existing people who are working in the government sector or in the organized sector, they had to be removed in order to reduce the burden. The government could not pay the workers. Many workers, their salary was pending for many months. They could not pay. So the government had to cut the jobs. So many people who are working in the organized sector, they lost their job. So in this way, these people were forced to join the private sector or unorganized sector. These workers are forced to take up jobs in the unorganized sector because they have to maintain their life and the family. So they need to work. Since they lost the job in the organized sector, they joined or they were forced to take up jobs in the unorganized sector with very low earnings. So in unorganized sector, we know that the payment is very low. Not only that, they have to work long hours with poor conditions of work. Their health will go down because for a longer period they have to work. They have no time for the family as well. They could not provide much time to their family because they have to work long hours. And the work is uncertain. That also. Anytime they were moved, they were sent away, they were removed from the job. There is no security. We have already learned about unorganized sector. Besides the need for more work, means day by day the population is growing. We know that. Year by year the population is growing at a very fast pace. So besides need for more work, more people, more work, it is needed. There is also a need for protection. So these people need to be protected. Now how to protect these people who work in the unorganized sector? Here the government also should take certain steps in order to protect these workers who work in the unorganized sector. Now here number D, who are these people who need protection? Who are these people? In the rural areas you have backward class as well as landless laborers, casual workers. So who are these people who need protection? Is a big question. There is a big question. Who are these people who needed protection in the village or in the towns? So there are a large section of society who are marginally deprived of social status as well as help from the society as well as from the government. So in the rural areas, we have a number of people who work in unorganized sector. Rural areas, the landless workers, first of all, the people who do not have land to grow food. And small farmers, laborers are to be supported by providing various help from the, such as providing easy loans. That easy loans can be provided by the government. Other people cannot help much. We must be very kind to these people. Show our generosity. We must show our sharing, caring quality to these people because they need help, especially during the poor people. As you have seen during the coronavirus period, many of the people were helped by the villagers by providing food, by providing shelter, providing money and all kinds of help. In this way, all the Indians can come forward to help these people, especially in the rural areas or even in the urban areas. So in the urban areas, unorganized sector comprises mainly workers in private and small scale industries. Private sector, most of the people they work in private sector or small private industries, small scale industries. They work there. Some they work as agents of some companies, private companies. They work as footpath sellers. These are very poor people. They needed help. They needed protection. So these are all unorganized sectors. So they too need to be protected by generating more employment by the government. So the government must generate more and more employment. Since our country is getting economically stronger and stronger everywhere, every year, the government has sufficient fund to generate employment by setting up various industries, small scale industries near the towns or near the villages, such as food processing and other plants, setting up of these plants, or even inviting foreign companies to set up industries so that more people could get the jobs, so that their life will be saved by providing jobs, so the living standard of the poor people could be raised. In this way, there are various steps the government has to come forward to help these people or protect these people. Not only the government, we cannot depend whole and soul to the government also. The other people, the other citizens who are well off, who are quite rich, who can provide certain jobs or certain materials or money, we must help those people in every way, whatever we can. So in this way we can protect these people. How to protect workers, especially those who work in the organized sector. They are the harassed people. They are the most sufferers in our society. So the people who work in our organized sector, they suffer most, especially during this kind of pandemics, during national calamities. These people, because their job is not secure. And now just after this pandemic, you see so many people who work in the private sector will be sent away. So their work is not safe. So they are always in fear that they might lose their job. So you see that these people must be protected, especially in the unorganized sector. In the organized sector, they do not have to worry whether it is a pandemic or whether it is a national calamity. Their job is secure. They get the payment, they get secure. But in the unorganized sector, it is not secure. So they are always in the danger that they are in the fear that they might lose the job. So no matter what happens, they have to tolerate or bear all this. So these are the things we have learned so far. More are there in this. It's a long paragraph or it's a long subtitle, has got a longer points. So we'll talk about this in our next class. That's all for today. Thank you for your attention as well as your presence, and we'll meet in the next class and continue some more about this protection of the workers in the unorganized sector. That's all for today. Thank you very much for your watching.